Merry go round, round with ya. In and out, then up and down, down. Hey squaddies, I just watched Meghan Duchess of Sussex on Expired with Emma Grede, and let me tell you, this wasn't just another celebrity interview. This was a masterclass in reclaiming your story, standing tall in your truth, and boldly embracing your ambition. So let's get into it. When Meghan sat down with Emma Grede, who is an entrepreneur and co-founder of Good American and host of Aspire, it was like sitting on a conversation between two powerful women who get it, who know what it means to be underestimated, misunderstood, and will rise with purpose. And Meghan didn't hold back. One of the first things she said that stopped me on my tracks was, if I could go back and rewrite my narrative, I would ask people to tell the truth. That hit deep, because how many of us felt misrepresented, spoken over, seen through a lens that wasn't ours? She didn't say, I want people to like me. She said, tell the truth. That's a woman who knows her worth and refuses to let headlines define her. There's a clip that went viral again recently. Yes, is Meghan and Harry dancing in the delivery room before Lilibet was born. It was joyful, silly, intimate, and in the interview, Meghan said it happened 4 years ago, which we all know because Lilibet just turned 4 years old. She shared it now because she wanted people to see the fun, real life behind the scenes. It reminded me that behind all the commentary, the tabloid drama, and the twisted narratives, there's a woman who laughs, loves, and dances, and builds gem brands from her garden. She's just human, and this clip made that so beautifully clear. And listen, I've got to say this because it's been on my heart. The way Meghan handles all these lies, half-truths, and loud critics with grace, I don't know how she does it, because if that were me, some folks would have been cussed out and told to shut the up a long time ago. I'm just being honest. But instead, she moves with dignity, and that says so much about who she is, not just as a public figure, but as a person. Someone grounded in purpose, not performance. And I love that she shared what her dear friend Serena Williams once told her. A lie can't live forever. That's the truth. Lies are loud, but they're temporary. Truth doesn't yield. It waits, and it always wins. Meghan's growth is undeniable. As a woman, a mother, and a businesswoman, she knows who she is and what she wants to build. She talked about how she's aware of her influence. Like, if she was a sweater, it sold out right then and there. And she's not running from that power. She's leaning into it. She even started sharing her outfits on Shopify, which I appreciate. And when she also mentioned how her kids' clothes also impact what people buy, she admitted that it made her uncomfortable at first, but she flipped it into something positive. That's growth. That's reflection. She also gave us a peek into her businesswoman side, investing in women-led companies, using her own money, and being selective. She believes in people, not just profits. And if she doesn't believe in something, she's okay saying no. That's integrity. And I love hearing how she turned down opportunities that were all about money, but didn't align with her purpose. That's what building an empire with values look like. When Meghan spoke about Melody Hobson, the respect in her voice was just beautiful. She wasn't trying to prove anything. She was simply honoring a woman who's made waves and broken barriers. Melody Hobson is a legend in business, and Meghan gave her flowers on a global platform. That says a lot about the kind of woman Meghan is. Even queens look up to queens, and that's real power. Meghan also opened up about how she and Harry are teaching their kids the value of money, life, and just things in general. Yes, her kids will grow up with privilege, but she's making sure they grow up with perspective too. And when Emma brought up Megan's own podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, hosted on Lemonada, a women run company, I smiled. Because again, she's always uplifting women. She says she stepped back from the podcast for now because she's building so many things at once. And I respect that. She didn't stop, she paused to focus. Because building an empire takes time, it takes intention, and she'll come back to it when she's ready. I believe that. Another moment that stood out to me was Meghan admitting that she does take things personally, and honestly, that made her even more relatable. She said it. These projects, these businesses, these moments, they come from her heart. They matter to her. So of course, when someone critiques it unfairly, it's going to hit different. She's not made of stone. She's not pretending. She's human. And that's vulnerability. That willing to say, yes, it affects me, shows true strength. Emma also made such a powerful point. When men do things, they get to say how fun it is. When women do it, we're worried we're being emotional or taking things too personally. That double standard runs deep. And Meghan reminded us that a lot of women growing up being people pleasers, always trying to prove something, always trying to be liked. But you know what? As we grow, we start to understand that we don't have to prove ourselves to everyone. That knowing our intention is more important than seeking approval. That right there is freedom. My closing reflections on a rainy day kind of piece. And honestly, this whole interview just left me smiling. Meghan was fun, honest, vulnerable, and strong. I love that she says she's excited to get into her 50s, and that's within less than a decade away, and has no desire to go back into her 20s. That kind of self-acceptance is beautiful, and hearing her say that the 15-year-old version of herself would be proud, that gave me chills, because it made me wonder, would my younger self be proud of who I am today? And I think she would be. Meghan also says she doesn't always value decisions by committee, and that now she values giving herself space before grace. Whew, that's a whole word. This interview was uplifting, real, and on this beautiful, yes, beautiful rainy day in my little corner of the world, it just hits different. I hope that it gave you something too. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a bit of comfort, or maybe just a reminder that you are allowed to grow, evolve, and choose yourself. Thank you for listening, and thank you to Meghan and Emma for giving us such a meaningful conversation. All right, well, we're going to pivot to the Wofford World Skit, so hit it, Horse Miller.
This podcast is sponsored by Homest,
where the breeze will lead you onto the lap of your very own married middle-aged father of two. Buy it at your local Staffora or at an available Amazon storefront today.
Such a lovely podcast, despite who's giving it.
I would never understand how heaven would allow this woman to speak with people so beneath him.
Harry has always lowered himself to the slum.
Just like my father did with you. At least my slum can put together a sentence.
They didn't even see Megan speaking in the podcast this morning. Why must she be so smart? I hate her.
Being smart doesn't mean anything for women. You can smile, wave, and stand behind your husbands.
Not according to Megan.
Well, you have nothing to be concerned about since I have no interest in you.
Yet you're entertaining Jason North. What happened to Rose?
Rose is a married woman. It will come when I'm ready. Perhaps you should take the hint and quietly sign the divorce papers I sent to you, and we shall come in peace?
Never.
Tampon, baby. Did you see the video Megan shared on Harry's Father's Day video? He looks happy and at peace.
I really don't care what he's doing, unless it makes me look good to the public.
You can always fix the media and publicly reconcile with him.
But the press will still accuse me of being a racist for not wanting Meghan to outshine us.
Well, I'm sick of the press accusing me of being the reason he isn't in your life.
You're partially responsible.
As are you, Baldy. Watch it, Horse Miller. No, you watch it, Horse Teeth.
I've heard quite enough. Now, all of you, out of my office, at once.
And that's all for this podcast. And I hope that your days are filled with blue skies, sunshines, with positive vibes. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss an update. Also, join our membership if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my Walmart and Amazon storefronts for some of my favorite finds. And you can also follow me on TikTok, Red Note, and Blue Sky. And yes, you can also follow my cats Oreo and Luna on Facebook. And guess what? I'm officially an author. I've written 2 children's books so far in the Enchanted for a Friend series, and you can find them on Amazon. I'll leave the links in the description box, comment section, and over on my community tabs. And also stay tuned for my adult romance series. My name is Deanna, and you are watching Thriving with the Success. I'll talk to you soon.